Final Destination 2 from 2003 is maybe the most iconic film in the franchise. This is the movie that made people afraid of logging trucks. But what if the version we all remember isn't the full story? Well, there's no work print as far as I'm aware, and the Sci-Fi Channel TV cut doesn't do too much besides cutting down death scenes. But there are some really interesting deleted scenes, and some stuff that was included in the theatrical cut that was straight up removed for home video, as well as footage included in the trailer that didn't make the final cut. Today we're going to take a look back at Final Destination 2, the deleted scenes, and everything cut from the movie that we have access to. I feel bad for Kimberly, man. But at least her friend who wanted to fuck her dad died.
Can we go get the guys? I'm getting horny.
So the deleted scenes for Final Destination 2 aren't all just extra scenes. Some of them are like alternate versions of scenes that already happened in the film, and some are like longer versions of the scenes that happened in the film. First up, we're going to take a look at the official deleted and alternate scenes from the physical media releases. So after the massive pileup still happens, the people saved are all brought back to the police station for questioning. In a deleted scene, this plays out a little bit differently. It's a little bit longer, you could argue maybe a little more ominous.
Would you mind telling me what happened?
It was like I was there. I knew something bad was gonna happen even before it did. It just felt wrong, just like...
Just like what?
It was like I was there. I remember everything. The sound of the crash, the smells, the look on Sheena's face.
Do you remember what triggered it all?
The log truck. Everybody, I guess. Everyone was driving like maniacs.
Does it add anything super important to the movie? Not necessarily. But there's a few interesting moments.
Little kids banging toy cars together. A trucker was drinking and driving. She was on her cell phone not paying attention. The exhaust from his car was choking me.
Hey, don't be knocking the stang.
It doesn't hurt the mystery and it doesn't really mess with the tone. My guess is it has to be pacing. That's really the only reason you could alter this scene. The next change comes when they go to visit Tony Todd at the crematorium. This is just a brilliant scene with the most iconic character from the franchise. We can't argue about that. I particularly enjoy it when he rips the nipple ring out of this guy. It's obvious he loves fucking with these people, and with what Bloodlines revealed about his character, it slightly alters my perception of him, like watching this back, but man, isn't Tony Todd just great?
Dead, yet still fresh.
Again, this one doesn't hurt the tone. If anything, the pacing is the only thing you could argue that this scene being longer could hurt.
Way to get here, so if you happen to know how to stop death, it'd be really great if you told us.
You can't cheat death. There are no escapes. For what purpose? You seek a back way out of a room with but one door. You can't cheat death. There are no escapes.
Bullshit!
But in my opinion, Tony Todd in Final Destination, having more of that is not a bad thing. No, I wouldn't like any more money or ice cream. You can hold off on the Tony Todd. I do prefer the little smile he gives in the standard cut, though.
How do you know my name?
In preference to what he says in this version.
How did you know my name?
Sorry. Time's up.
There's another deleted scene that shows the group, consisting of Kimberly, Thomas, and Clear, showing up to Isabella's house to look for, but her husband is at home with a woman who is walking around naked, and doesn't care that this entire group of people is just watching her walk around naked in this married man's house. It's an interesting scene, I'm not gonna lie. They accuse him of essentially being a piece of shit.
Did you finally kill her, you fucking wife beater?
And hey, if the shoe fits.
And tell her that kid ain't even mine.
Well, we can only hope.
I do appreciate this one though because it gives the characters a little more background and backstory and development. I do realize it's maybe unnecessary, for sure, but at the same time, the older I get, the more I appreciate development like this. And this did some heavy lifting for Isabella's character. I mean, she's pregnant, and he claims that it's not his. If you look at her character, judging by her character, that's not true. That's utter cat shit. Plus, he's not at all concerned about her safety or the baby's safety, and he's just like, yeah, sorry, I'm busy cheating on her. I don't know where she's at. I can see for pacing reasons, obviously, why you would take this out. For the general mystery of the movie, her character seemed more important than she was throughout, so it kind of, again, makes sense in that way, too. It would have helped us to believe that she's more important to have more scenes focused on her, though, even if she's not in the scene. There's another quick bit added when Nora goes to leave, and Eugene comes out into the hall to give her the phone.
I'm sorry. Now look, this is for you.
He's trying to be sympathetic here, and she's just not having it for obvious reasons.
I'm really sorry about your son.
But this does go to show that Eugene is one of the best characters in the series. That's an S-tier character right there. He's interesting, he's relatable, he's just kind of a cool dude. He also splatters like a water balloon, but hey, I guess we probably all would in that situation. Again, I can only think this is removed for pacing issues, to tighten things up, because it doesn't really hurt anything else. Now this last one is actually hilarious, and I can completely understand why it was taken out of this movie. The little group that's together near the end of the film, they're racing along the road and the police notice, and like in any good movie, they pursue the heroes.
Alright, just keep going. I wouldn't know how to explain any of this anyway.
Who decide not to pull over. What makes this funny is how this woman reacts to getting away from the cops.
Nice try, motherfucker!
Nice. I'm officially on the lam.
It just seems bizarre for her character because she seems so shy and soft-spoken. I'm not gonna lie, it does fuck with the film's tone a little bit in a way that shouldn't really be fucked with.
Nice try, motherfucker!
So these deleted scenes really don't show that much. It's not as crazy as like a director's cut or an alternate ending, but there are a few more things cut and changed from this film that we know and love. Now this one's my favorite change because it's a dumb one, but an interesting one because of how stupid it is. During the scene, they outright removed some shots and changed them. So this is the scene where he drops his new ring down the garbage disposal and he sticks his hand down to get it. In the theatrical cut, which I'll remind you technically isn't what you're watching at home now because of this scene specifically, we get a view from inside the garbage disposal of his hand reaching inside near the blades, fiddling around looking for his ring. In the home version, we see him from different angles, still struggling. And this scene features 2 shots of this that were removed. That were not removed in the true sense of the word. Because according to the director on the DVD commentary track, these shots were actually a last-minute addition in the garbage disposal, and he wasn't aware that they weren't included on the print they used until it was too late, which goes to show how much these films change and how little communication there is. But I will tell you the promotional copies of Final Destination 2 on DVD are of the theatrical cut and do feature this scene fully intact. There's also more footage of Eugene's death, and this comes from documentaries on the series I think sourced from the Infinifilm DVD release. It's a quick shot, but it's Eugene getting engulfed in flames during he and Claire's death scene. And it's not much, but I do kind of wish it was in the movie. Maybe it was just too horrifying at the time. I really can't come up with any other reason they wouldn't have included it. This scene also had some added footage in the trailer of birthday candles and some more quick shots, but nothing too crazy to write home about, honestly. I do want to briefly talk about the TV version. This is a Sci-Fi Channel TV version, and it mostly just cut down deaths or cut them out entirely. And I did a series recently on the Chucky and Child's Play movies, like TV versions for at least 2 and 3 and Bride. The rest of them were like alternate and unrated cuts and stuff. I've been doing a lot of these videos recently, and sometimes I've come across versions that drastically alter the movie, like Child's Play 2 or 3. Either they alter the tone or just alter the movie in general by taking out cuss words, violence, sexual stuff.
You can't cheat death. There are no escapes.
Bullshit.
You can't cheat death. There are no escapes.
Baloney.
Cutting stuff out for time. And sometimes they add stuff back in to get to that broadcast, like runtime. This version really doesn't do much of that, and that's why the video was mostly about the deleted scenes and stuff, because there's not a lot to talk about here. It's just removed deaths. The last piece of knowledge I want to talk about is actually something on the DVD for Final Destination 3. I did a previous video about the Choose Their Fate feature on that DVD release, and in one of the scenes, a newspaper article reveals that Kimberly and Burke died when they ran into each other at a Goldstein's Hardware. A Camaro rolled down the hill and crashed into the front of the store. They tried to rush out the back and accidentally fall in a wood chipper, I guess. However, this was made non-canon by Final Destination Bloodlines. Overall, really, there's not too much to miss from this movie. If you're a big fan of the franchise, this might have been an interesting watch for you, and you'll have to let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. But I really love the Final Destination movies, so I figured what the hell, I'm going to talk about this anyway. I hope that some of you guys really enjoyed this, or at least checked it out. I'm going to be doing a lot more types of these videos, so if you like them, stick around. Quick thank you to my channel members and Patreon subscribers. If you want more ecto-violence, including exclusive videos and behind-the-scenes content, become a member by clicking the links in the description below.